All right, so it looks like we're live. I'm going to just get the link here for the Discord channel, post it in there. There we go. All right, so that's good. Let's see if there's any quick rewards to pick up today. Make sure everything's up and running, which I think it is. It's looking promising so far. All right, yeah, I think we're up and running. Hey, Gary, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Good morning to you as well, Rodney. Always nice to have you here. Good morning, O Negro. How's my energy today? My energy today is doing good. We're hanging in there. It's snowing outside. It's crazy out there. So we're glad we're inside, which is nice. Yeah, no, it's pretty solid. It's going to be good. We're just going to be hanging out here for a short time. Not going to be too long of a stream on Sunday, but it's going to be nice. It's nice to have you guys here and be able to hang out and just kind of talk about Hero Wars and give some rewards out. So it should be a good time. All right, so I'm going to make sure, let's see, got that gift just now, which I'd like. So I'm going to close that. Awesome timing, Sue. Good morning to you. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Dr. Barbadelli, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the stream as well. Nice to see some familiar names in chat. And yeah, we might talk a little bit about Winterfest. Still pretty far out, so not going to talk too much about it. We might talk about it a little bit here. Doesn't hurt, right? Does not hurt. Hello, Tanya. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the stream. Wally, always good to see you and everyone else here as well. Yo to you, Jimmy. Yo to you as well. Thank you for joining. All right, so I'm going to just make sure I have this last thing running here, which I think is running. I just got to double check. It'll help mitigate any potential issues, which it should. Should be good. All right, yeah. Okay, good. We're up and popping. All right. Hey, Incognito. Nice to have you here. All right, so let's take a look at what we can do today. So I think the first thing that we're going to obviously do is enchant a glyph, really looking to get Isaac close to done. I'm finding that getting him those last couple of runes is kind of being a pain right now. But we're working on it. I think I'm going to actually do Magic Defense since it'll have more of an effect. I know there's a lot of different schools of thought on this, but I actually think that it's better to just get them all maxed out. I know sometimes you can get a better activation rate if your defense is a little lower, but I'm not going to really mess around with that. It's a little too risky, especially with so many factors now, like Ascension coming into play. It doesn't make sense to not max out your characters now. So I think I'm going to just end up doing that. And I want to take a quick look at a couple of things. Ascension was one of them. But yeah, so definitely some good things going on here. But I think Ascension is going to play a big role. I think its ultimate impact is still a little unknown because no one really, I don't believe, knock on wood, has everything maxed out in Ascension just yet. Even the high spenders, I don't think, have it maxed out just yet, which is really nice because it makes there be so much more variability, and it makes the outcomes of some of these matches a lot more difficult to determine, which is good and bad, right? It leaves a lot of mystery and a lot of chance, but now there's a lot less, oh, this team matchup's going to for sure win because you don't know where the Ascension falls. So it makes it a little bit more complicated, but I think it's a little bit more complicated in a good way. Yes, if you guys don't mind hitting that like button when you do come in, it's much appreciated. Thank you very much. Hey Jeff, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Of course, we are saving our keys, right? You're going to need anywhere from 180 to 200 by the time Winterfest rolls around. So keep saving and hoarding those. Always a good call. And let's see, we're going to level up an artifact here to get one more key just like that. And there it is. Expeditions, leveling up an artifact once, sending gift to friends. We did just collect these 5 Titan. Not that. We collected the 5 Titan artifact spheres. And man, I feel like I'm getting so close to getting my Titans done, but it is taking a while. Wally says, I heard from someone their teammates are in the 4th tier. That's pretty impressive. That's definitely, that's a lot of time spent, I feel like, at what is it called? The Astral Seer. Seems like a lot of time spent there because that's also not a cheap venture. I just feel like Astral Seer seems to me to be a lot more expensive than it might be worth. You might be better off just doing it at a normal pace without spending too much. Because to me, I mean, you're not really getting a great number of return in these crystals. You really need a lot of them. And to me, that seems... I feel like there's other things that you could spend your emeralds on that are probably going to be more efficient. But I guess if you're at that point in the game where it doesn't really matter, I could see why you might be as far as you are. Spending a lot of emeralds to move up the tiers. But you're going to need a crazy amount of items to get there. So that's kind of a lot. And hopefully, for their sake, right, and their wallet's sake, they're at 4th tier only with 1 hero. If they're at 4th tier with multiple heroes, that's a lot of income and money being used in the game, which is good for Hero Wars long term, but it's a lot of money. Anyway, okay, so getting back here, we can't really do too much. So I'm pretty sure like I'm in 1st tier for all of my heroes because to get to 2nd tier, I need to complete all of these and move up, right? So I don't have enough of these. What is these? These are agility crystals. So I haven't been able to really progress as far as I'd like. I did a couple. I did do a few different heroes, which maybe didn't help my straight up ascension, but I don't think it would have changed that much, all things said, because a lot of the cheaper ones are just 25, and so I did those just to get the items that I needed for the first ascension, which I think was very, very a good call. But yeah, it's very intriguing. 4th tier, that is very, very impressive. It's finally Hero Wars and not Titan Wars. Yeah, I kind of agree, but I will say, at the same time, Titans are definitely a huge part of Hero Wars in the wars itself, right? Just because if you can't beat the bridge, you really can't do anything. So yeah, I agree though. It is a lot more Hero Wars now and a lot less Titan. I was going to say like Titan bridge blocking, but yeah, there's a lot less of that, which is a nice little factor there. I want to kind of level up a couple more of these. I know obviously just focusing on one is not a bad call. I just don't have enough wisdom crystals to do it, so I'm gonna kind of spread it out a little bit because I do end up using multiple types of heroes. I don't use just one type, and I think with this boss type of fighting, it doesn't hurt to have multiple heroes that are capable of doing damage. So I think because of that, I'm very intrigued in potentially leveling up my marksman branch and my tank a little bit more. So tank, support, and marksman are the 3 that I'm really looking at. Obviously, the mage one's enticing because you have all these mages, which might end up pushing me to do the mage. I might do the mage just until level... we're going to do at least 1 level of mage. And I kind of want to get all these to level 5 is kind of what I'm thinking, just because it's still a cheap cost to do so. And I know it won't, help me in the long run, but ultimately I want to get all of them there anyway. And it gives me an opportunity to use some of these eternal seeds, even though I know I'm going to need a lot more later. The biggest thing is that I just don't want to get left too far behind by not leveling these guys up. And I know all my teams use a tank. I want to start using mages, and I need Helios to be a lot stronger because Yasmin's a very, very popular hero on my server, increasingly so. So I'm just wanting to protect against that kind of offense, just because I don't want to get beat by a single hero. But anyway, yes, hi there. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. I'm all about my Titans. Go Team Titans. Go Squadrons. Whom shall smite all? Yeah, I know. That's totally fair. I mean, Titans are definitely a huge role in Hero Wars. I don't think there's any doubt. Like, no one can argue that they're not important. It's really tough because a lot of the aspects of the game right now are requiring you to kind of just like invest a decent amount of time and resources to those particular areas. So I totally get where everyone's coming from in terms of, there's a lot more variability, which is great, and it helps make things more interesting on the hero side. But, in certain aspects, the Titans are still going to play a huge role in how things are going to play out. I'm just going to try to collect some of these Mandrake roots and some of those Titan Soul Stones just to get some more gold. A little low on gold, in my opinion. I'm going to trade in these Artifact Spheres as well. Or seals, excuse me. And we're going to trade some of our fragments because our Titan fragments are like these Earth ones. It doesn't automatically sell for you, and I don't need them. So we're going to sell those as well as all of these seals that I do not need. And I'm working currently on finishing my Fire Titan team. The only Fire Titan that's still needing work is Ignis. It's a really slow process. It's kind of a grind, but I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it at all. Hi, Melissa. Thank you for stopping in. I am doing great. I hope you are doing well as well. Thank you for coming and joining the live stream. Tanya got all 3 cyber skins. Look at her crushing it. They are super strong. I also like the artwork. I do think that the cybernetic skins as a whole have some really cool artwork. I've been very impressed with Hero Wars putting out of new skins and designs. I know some people are not always fans, but I think they're pretty impressive. I always find that, if I were to have to come up with an invention or a different type of skin, it would be a lot more difficult than I think some folks are giving credit there. But I think, they've definitely been pretty cool to look at, and they've been a lot more helpful in terms of progressing in games. So hats off to Hero Wars on that. I know they get a lot of flack on a lot of things, but I'm going to give credit where credit's due. I feel like they've been doing a good job in having cool designs and, getting us some effective skins, not just aesthetic skins that, help stats that have no meaning. So I've been very happy with the cool skins that have been coming out, especially like Elmir looks very, very cool. Let's see if I can get an Elmir skin to be a little bit closer to where Tanya's at with the new skins, right? She's got all of them. So we're going to see if we can maybe get the cybernetic one for our buddy Elmir, who has not been as powered up as I should probably. Just, again, resources are tight, so you can't always focus on every single hero, but sometimes you can definitely help them out a little bit. So we're going to get the 2 cool skins. We're going to get the cybernetic one, obviously, from here. And we're also going to get the devil skin, which I think is one of the cooler skins in the game. So we got those 2. We're gonna focus on the new one because that's very cool. And I want to see if I can maybe get Cornelius's as well, just to round out all the. At that point, I might as well consider getting Orion's skin as well. Then I'll have all the cyber skins. But I do want all the new ones because they do look cool. And Tanya saying that has inspired me to potentially look into getting them all. So we're gonna try to get them all here. Cornelius should have gotten Magic Attack. That would have been very, very helpful, but I think it might have been a little OP. But maybe that's just my opinion. But yeah, I think overall though you can't really complain too much about the stats we got. I mean, honestly, could they have been better? Maybe a little bit, but I think overall they were very effective. I have no complaints. But I hear you. I hear you. Cornelius getting Magic Attack, but I don't use Cornelius, so I'm okay with the way it turned out. All right, so there we go. We got the Cornelius one now, and we have all the new ones. The only cybernetic skin I do not have yet is the Orion one, which maybe we'll have to get at a later time. Bonjour, Reflexion. Nice to have you here. And yes, Tanya loves the look as well. Awesome. Andro, good morning to you, and good morning to everyone else as well. Vitamin, hello. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. All right. So with that, we need to collect our Titanite. This is like a daily, like you got to do it if you're a good guildmate. At least get your 150 in, especially if you have Valkyrie's favor. I find that can be a little frustrating when you don't do that as a guildmate. So definitely want to be doing that. We got 250 energy here. And Aurora just has one item left. But that one item has a lot of small items entailed. So we're going to try to focus on the piercing gaze aspect first. Picked up, I think, 5, which isn't too bad. And we're going to use a couple of emeralds on it as well. Up to 65 now. We'll take it. So definitely working on Aurora here a little bit. But I also am thinking Yasmin, Helios, and even Ishmael. Ishmael's a really good attacker. I think I've been very impressed with some of the damage I've seen him output, especially in Ascension. So that makes me really, really intrigued by Ishmael. Makes me really want to use him in that setting. I just need to get him stronger so I can use him. So there we go. We will be having a new hero in Christmas. I know we mentioned that yesterday, but I'm going to mention it again today. As for who it is exactly, I don't want to say just yet because I'm not 100% sure, but I know that we're going to get a new hero. I'm just going to stop right there. And I think it should be pretty interesting to see how the new hero plays in. Usually the heroes during Christmas have a big impact in the game. I believe we had Sebastian one year. I know we had Yasmin another year. And you can see how popular and how strong Yasmin has been. Just some good heroes coming through during the Christmas time. So I'm going to be on the lookout. Isaac, I think, was a hero that came out during Christmas. So, some pretty big impact players coming in during Christmas, and would not be surprised if we have another one. You can get some gold in the dungeon. You can go to the circle and get a lot of gold. Yeah, so I will be doing that after I do my tower run here. I knew I said I was going to get some gold, and I totally blanked on that. But we are going to get some gold here. I want to have close to 30,000 or 30 million. 30 million gold is always a good number to kind of have roughly for the start of the week. Ascension always, uses a little bit of that. Plus, it just helps to have some extra gold. Never hurts. New hero will be a hybrid. Okay. So when you say hybrid, are you saying something like Celeste where they have dual abilities? Because that would be pretty cool. Could you imagine a class of all heroes that have dual effects? I think that would be really cool where, if you use one aspect of it, like, with Celeste, you have the healing and then you have the blocking of healing. I think if you had 5 heroes like that, that would be insane. I would love that kind of a squad. I think that would be very, very cool, very tough to manage, but also very fun. Yeah, no problem. We can definitely do that a little bit more on web is, kind of upgrade some less popular heroes and see how they can be most effective. Yeah, absolutely, we can do that a little bit. Dragon, no problem at all. More than happy to try that out. I really like, some of the less popular heroes. I guess it depends on what server you're on, but I like Heidi a lot. The other ones that I like that are less popular, obviously Ishmael is one of my favorites that I haven't used much. I think Judge is a very less used hero. I would probably look into probably using him a little bit. He's a very niche hero, but he can be very effective when used in the right combination. So I definitely think that there's something there. We can definitely look at it. But I do think some of these heroes are pretty commonly used, even though I don't use them because I don't have enough resources just yet. But, there's not very many heroes that are just terrible. Granted, I think Alvinor kind of is just terrible. But we can definitely take a look into that. And I don't love the fact that you only get one item in return on these openings. But, hey, what are you going to do? Outland, we want to open that. hero should spice things up, like letting you use two pets at once in a battle. That would be interesting. Huh. That would make things very, very spicy. For sure. Morning, Mr. Big. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Nice to have you here. Let's see. Dual abilities. Yep. That would be crazy if they did that. I would be very, I don't know. You'd have to like have two pets working on the same time. That'd be very interesting. I wonder how that would work. Huh. There'd be a lot more thinking involved because then you could have Merlin just having everyone be blind while having Albus deal massive damage. So that could be crazy. That could be good and bad at the same time. We clicked on the wrong thing. That's okay. All right. So Guild Island, Circle of Summoning. We're going to use some of our spheres here and open these. Summoning spheres. I think if I go down to like 140, I should be able to get some decent amount of gold there, which will be nice. Then we will probably have our winners here shortly after I make sure I completed most of the tasks I needed to do. And from there, we can look at web and try to maybe upgrade some of the less popular heroes and see if we can kind of go with those and see if we can build a team that might be still decent. Even though I've definitely been building a team, it's not the most effective team, but we can still look at some heroes that are less popular once I start accumulating them. So we got our 30 million gold, which is great, and that will help us proceed. But you can see, right, all I really need in my heroes, or in my titans, right, because skins are all done, artifacts are all done, for most of them, with the exception of these last three. So I got Nova, right, Nova still needs these two, Mary as well, and then Ignis is a work in progress. I'm working on getting this first artifact done, and then we'll work on the elemental armor, and then I'll be done with my fire team, and then we'll go to the waters and get that done. So that's the plan. I'm hoping by hopefully close to the end of the year, I'll have everything done. That would be very, very nice. Let's see, what do we have going on here? So it looks like we have a dungeon run mid-progress. We don't need Jew in this one. We will put in Isaac. Obviously, Ishmael's concerning, but I think we'll be okay. Let's go for it. I have Heidi on my Dodge team, server 43. Yeah, Heidi's actually a very good hero. Only problem with Heidi is the low defense stats. So if Heidi gets hit, it hurts really bad for Heidi. But yeah, it can definitely be a big player. Heidi can deal some mad damage. You just need enough protection around Heidi, and you need Heidi to have a little bit of time in dealing damage. So if you have enough time, plus you have enough time, plus enough protection, your Heidi is going to do a lot of damage. Building Heidi, who does he work best with? So Heidi, in my opinion, works great with Sebastian because Sebastian allows for increased chance of critical hits. And with a hero like Heidi, critical hits can play a huge role when you have someone poisoned. Another thing that you want is someone who can heal. So I like Martha as a healer, but I also have seen Nebula be used. Great option. Nebula with someone like Aurora. Aurora's really the tank, a go-to tank with a dodge kind of team, and Heidi works great with dodge teams. The only concern that I have is getting hit, right? So you need Aurora who adds an ability to dodge. Obviously, Dante in that squad is crazy good as well. So Aurora, Dante, and Heidi, that's a very good combination when you factor in Sebastian as well. Really tough. I think that's a really good combination, and they really cover each other really well in terms of the dodge capabilities. And in case Dante gets knocked out, You can have Heidi deal a lot of damage. If Heidi gets knocked out, Dante will deal a lot of damage. And Aurora protects from magic attackers. So it just gives you a lot more leeway with your team if you have someone like, some team set up, something like that. Of course, you're going to need one more hero, but definitely some things there. Arachne and Maya, yeah, those are some good heroes. And Aurora and Dante, yeah, Aurora and Dante and Arachne and Maya. I like Arachne and Maya together. They really slow down a team. Arachne right now has an enhanced ability to stun a team, which gives you more time to have your Heidi deal a lot more damage. And Maya also constricts and paralyzes slightly, which again just delays the opponent's ability to kind of deal damage and has them kind of be a sitting duck, which is huge for Heidi, who deals more damage over time. So the longer you have the team kind of not able to hit you and basically just, they're sitting there, Heidi is crazy great in those scenarios, which makes the Arachne Maya combo also very useful with Heidi. But I prefer the Aurora Dante combo. It's more offensive. I'm a more offensive oriented player, but I think Arachne and Maya is a little more balanced, a little bit better for defense as well. I just personally prefer the Aurora Dante route. Just me. But those are both good options, definitely. Wally has some good insights there. I believe we talked about it a little bit, but good insights there for sure. I just found out that in over 5 years of game existence, Judge was never Hero of the Month. Oh, I did not know that. I guess they're waiting for his major rework to put it in the calendar. Wow, that I did not know, and that's a fun fact. Um, huh. Yeah, that's crazy. I did not know about that, but if that's true, I feel a little bad for Judge. So maybe we definitely will work on Judge a little bit on web once I unlock him. I don't have him yet, I don't think. We'll take a look once I hop over to web. But that's big. I didn't know that was the case. I know Judge has been a very unpopular hero, typically speaking. I've only seen him used in a team once, and I thought it was like kind of as a joke team because that team was really bad. But I'm sure that there's uses um, for him for sure. Dante's your next build. Yeah, Dante's a great option. That's like probably one of the best attackers now since his rework. When he pre his first rework, because he kind of had like a rework and a half. He had like a 1.0 and a 2.0 rework, and wow, that was crazy. After he got that dodge implication, absolutely insane. Not the same level Dante at all, because Dante used to be the worst hero in the game. Um, I know that probably surprises some people, but he used to be so bad. Like you couldn't use him. He was so bad. But now he's one of the best attackers in the game. So you can see how a small rework can definitely change the entire landscape of a hero. So I think that Judge is just a matter of time before they make him a lot stronger. I think he's one who's needed a rework for a little while here, and once he gets it, it's going to be scary. So I'm definitely I'll look into Judge on my newer account for sure. Let's just make sure that I've done what I need to do on this Facebook account before I hop over. And I do want to pick my winner for Facebook at least before I close out of my Facebook account, because it does sometimes become a little bit of a nuisance when I'm going back and forth. So let's see. We're going to do our airship related activities. Not going to spend any keys, even though it's enticing and I really want to. I'm not going to do it. Let's see. Chip keys, only have 2. Is that enough for our chaos? Oh, we got it. Chaos particles. First try. We're going to refresh. I don't see the... Huh. I don't see the... Did I already get the frame? I didn't see the frame. Did I just miss it? Or like what happened here? CyberCon frame. Oh, I got it last year, so I don't get it this year? Is that what's going on? Hmm. Is that the right one? Or did they have a new one? Huh. I don't know. But I don't see it in here anymore, and there's no more avatars. So I'm going to guess that I must have it, because otherwise they would have put it in as a reward, right? Huh. Oh well, okay. Whatever. There's that. All right, pet summoning one time. Well, we'll do it. You will probably need some pet eggs for Winterfest, so just a heads up. Um, I think it's like 3 openings per day. I want to say was what I remember, which we'll get into a little bit more in a later video, and I'll make a prep video for Halloween or not Halloween, Winterfest, and Christmas. So we'll have those videos coming out. But I do want to just give you a heads up that you probably will need some eggs at some point, not to save them up, but just just as a heads up. So if you get portals, you might want to save them in your mail as a good preemptive protective measure for when that happens. So just a heads up, you will need some. So I'm probably going to start, if I get any more portals, I'm just going to be holding them for a little while and seeing how that goes. So there's that. Maybe I want to see, is there anything else I need to do right this second? We can power up. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. All right, so let's go ahead. And with that, I did have our Sunday Facebook picker wheel updated based on the names on the Discord, right? I don't think we had Facebook contest winners. Nope, that's not it. Contest entry. And I believe we have everyone in here from Dr. Barbadelli, who's the first entrant. Dr. Barbadelli, all the way down to Poli. So I believe everyone's on here for the Facebook. Oh, the new dragon frame took 7 purchases. Okay. So maybe that's where I went wrong. Or maybe not wrong, but I don't think I've done it yet. Let's see. Special events. Oh, yeah. Okay. The Cyber Dragons. Got it. Okay. Yes. Anyway. Okay. Let's get back to the Facebook spin for the picker wheel. And we're going to have our winner here. So good luck to everyone on this. And I hope you guys have some good luck. Let's see who our lucky winner is. But good call on that frame. Yeah, I don't know if we'll make 7 purchases. Seems like a lot. But our winner is Dale, who I've known for a long time. So congratulations to Dale. I will be sending him the reward right now. Let's see. For Facebook, I mean, we have flexibility in rewards. Maybe I'll wait for him to make a decision. I can probably just message him. We'll message him and see what he prefers. I do have a lot of rewards, I think, for the most part on Facebook, so I'm not too worried there. Hi Dale. You have been chosen by the Wheel of Fate. Please message me when you get a chance. All right, so congrats, Dale, on the win. Let's see. All right, so there's that. And Emard, are you on Facebook or are you on web? I can add you. I just want to make sure that I don't put you on the wrong one. Or if you're on both, let me know. I don't want to assume anything anymore because I know people play all platforms. I don't want to be wrong. So just let me know if you're on Facebook or on web or on both, and we'll add you to the list. I just saw that you messaged that on here. I won't be doing the web one just yet, so don't worry about that. But we will hop over to web. So there's that. Yes, congratulations to Dale. Made the smallest 4-time purchase each day. Win-win. Yeah, good call there, Rodney. Very, very smart. I definitely like that for sure. And for Facebook, all right, yes, you will be added, Emard. So, yep, Emard. So you should have been added. Save list as Sunday's Facebook. There we go. So you're now saved on there for the Facebook for next week. For web, we'll have it open, but we won't be doing it just yet. But yes, so the contest entrance for web was Radon Slayer all the way to Carnage. So you can see here Radon Slayer all the way down to Carnage. And everyone should be on here if you're on web. I'm going to give you a little time to kind of message if you haven't been on just yet. For that, absolutely no problem. Let's see. Do we have any heroes who are not usually utilized, like Judge? Is Judge available for us to use just yet? Let's see. Not yet. We do have Judge. We have Judge and Ishmael. That's exciting. I'm going to probably level them both up a decent amount here. I really like Ishmael. I think he's a slept-on tank. We'll power up Judge as well, though, and we'll get them going. Some more soul stones. Can we get more? Let's see. Judge. Yep. And we can get some Ishmael. So I'm going to probably work on these two heroes a little bit just because I know they're less commonly used. I like Ishmael a lot. I like Judge. I mean, Judge I don't love, but that's okay. It doesn't, it's not the worst thing ever to not love a hero. You just, haven't used him maybe enough or found out how to best utilize him just yet. So we can experiment with him and get him a little stronger. And I think that will help with just the understanding of him. And I think it may potentially, if Judge gets a rework, he could be someone that could be very, very dangerous when that happens. All right, so there we go. We're getting some items for him, and we're equipping them. Judge is now to blue. Dawn Guard, equip. We need some rosary fragments. Got it. Perfect. Creating the Victor's helmet. Voodoo doll. Promote. Judge is now at blue +1. Let's see. Making some progress on these guys, which is good. Tower shop. Okay, we'll get the Prospero's helmet. We will raid for those. Does Judge suck? Yeah, honestly, he does. So far, as far as I know, he's not a great hero. But I'm sure he has some uses. Those uses haven't been explored enough yet to really find how useful he could be. So far, it looks like, he has some protective skills, which are interesting. Right, so he creates a lightning storm that deals magic damage to every enemy 4 times. Seems semi-useful. Cast a shield that absorbs all damage on the ally with the lowest health. So this will help keep your lowest healing hero alive. Hologram. Using talent, Judge is cleared of all negative effects and also blocks the next attack, transforming the damage received into health. So this will give Judge health. And can restore some of his health there. And this is a passive skill that lowers the enemy's team's magic defense. So one of the problems with Judge is the fact that Isaac exists. Isaac's existence really makes Judge miserable because Judge is a magic attacker. He also is great against magic attackers. So this guy would be great against... I guess I would probably think like maybe the twins he would be really good against because he kind of protects a little bit against that. And I think he would actually pair decently with Heidi based on that protective skill because I know Heidi has some pretty low health. I think Heidi has one of the lowest health stats in the game as a hero. So I think this hologram, well, no, the hologram is good for itself, but force field may be helpful to protect someone like Heidi. So thinking out loud, I think it could be a potentially good fit with someone like Heidi, but Judge third is somewhat useless. Yeah, it's tough because Celeste can kind of negate this hologram healing ability. Yeah, so this one really gets kind of destroyed. This third skill is very useless in the eyes of someone like Celeste. So like the problem with that is I've seen a lot of common teams have Celeste and the twins. So how do you protect, your weakest ally while, not being able to heal? So that really limits Judge's ability. Plus, you have Isaac. It just there's so many counters against him that it makes him very difficult to be as usable as he could be. So I think a rework might be wise to fix those issues that he runs into, right? Which really are some of the really popular heroes are using game completely negate any ability to use Judge effectively. So yeah, it's tough. How can I counter Dante? So I think that would depend on where your hero stands, but I think there's a couple of decent options. One is to have an attacker in your front line, and I personally have found that Ishmael is a pretty helpful attacker when it comes to Dante because Dante is good, but if you can get him to not be firing off his six spears, you can really take him out pretty quick. So I found a good combination to be something that includes Ishmael or like Qing Mao and someone who can silence him for a short time. So Isaac usually is a good short-term answer as long as you can take him out with a frontline attacker at the same time. So you need kind of a two-pronged approach. One is to silence Dante from just attacking, and once he starts attacking, he's really hard to stop. So you need to get him before he um, attacks multiple times. Let me see if I can do an example effectively here quickly. Let's see, hero challenge. Let's see, maybe something like Astaroth with Dante on a team, and something with. Well, maybe I should have done more heroes, but I think the basic idea is if you have someone who can kind of attack quickly with someone who can silence him. I don't know how effective this will be in this particular example, but the whole point is if we can make it so that Dante doesn't activate his first skill too quickly, we have a chance. It's kind of the way that I look at it. Because so once he starts activating that, he's a lot more difficult to deal with because his um, bar for attacking just keeps refilling. So you got to stop him from getting those melee attacks off. Let me see if I can do something with maybe a little more protection. So basically, the biggest thing is his energy. So like, you just don't want him using repeat energy. So this would be kind of the equivalent where you're having Isaac silence him, but I couldn't have Isaac activate fast enough in that example. So here, well, now Dante is still looking crazy, but I think it's just going to depend on the team, and I think it's very possible to, if you can take him out fast enough, that is your best bet at stopping Dante. And I can make a video more in depth on breaking that down, and I can do further research on every single hero so that it's more effective. But that is kind of how I would go about it. But I do also like, I think as a counter to Dante, Yasmin, if there's no Helios, I've seen be very, very effective. Dante team, some counters are Celeste. Phobos is actually pretty good. Twins are also pretty effective. The biggest problem, though, is going to be that a lot of Dante users know this, and they're going to use Isaac to combat the twins and Phobos and Celeste. So all those are good magic attackers. The only concern is you're going to have is when someone has Isaac in conjunction with Dante, making him a lot more difficult to contend with. So just a heads up on that. Um, so I like Yasmin as well, even though, again, if someone has a Helios with Isaac and with Dante, that makes things a lot more difficult, and you have to look at a very specific combination to really move around that, unfortunately. That's just how things have progressed. Okay. How many emeralds did I spend on my totems? I'm gonna have to look at that, but I could tell you exactly how many I spent for my totem. I want to say a good amount. I know that for I think I mentioned how many I spent here at one point, but I'd have to ask to know the exact number. Let's see, skip ad. Hopefully. But I know it was a good amount. It was a good amount. It wasn't anywhere near the fail-safe number, but it was a good amount. The other thing that really helped me was I was able to get three fragments from Winterfest. One was from Santa Claus, and two were from ranking really well. So I think that those really helped save me on emerald costs. So I didn't spend quite as many emeralds because I ranked very, very well in Winterfest. Wow, you can see that COVID had hit at this time. Sorry, okay, going back to this, let's see. So I think, yeah, so here we go. At this point, I had spent 1,168,667, and at this point, I had, how many fragments did I have? Okay, so at this point, I had let's see. So I spent over 1 million, and I had an absolute earth totem. That was very, very lucky. And I had 2 water totem fragments. So I had 8 fragments total, but I spent over 1 million emeralds. So to get the rest of them, I'm sure I spent a lot more, unfortunately. But that's kind of what I spent to get them. So I think I probably spent less than 2 mil, but I think I spent at least 1.5, almost 2. I think I spent almost 2 million to get all my totems. A lot of it was luck as well, but I think I spent almost 2 mil. So that's a rough estimate, Rami. I hope that's fair. I know that that's a lot, but I think that's roughly what I spent to get them all there. Yes, well, you did say it depends. You did. I was just kind of clarifying on the dependent part. For Isaac, a mage needs to be a single target damage dealer. Celeste is best for that. Yeah, I like Celeste. It's tough because you're gonna need Ascension. Because I mean, these people who use Dante are gonna be ascending their marksman because that makes the most sense, right? You have a marksman type in Dante. You're gonna want to level up your marksman stats. So if you have Celeste, you're gonna need to make sure you upgrade your magic attackers. Again, that just makes Ascension so much more important. But yes, for sure. So Remy says I spent 200K, no drops, sadly. Yeah, that's one of the tough things with this. If you haven't seen it already, Remy, check out this video that I made. It's on Hero Wars Totems. It is the fail-safe numbers for your totems, and it will tell you at the worst case scenario when you will get your next one. So, okay, I guess it doesn't like this video. Let's see. Come on, YouTube. Don't do this to me. All right, so the fail-safe numbers. Why does it keep freezing up on me? I'm going to close the Discord for right now. There should be a fail-safe. Okay, well, I can't show it to you right this second, but there's fail-safe numbers on that. And I would say check that out. It shows you if you have 6 fragments, then you're going to need to spend X amount to get to the next one, guaranteed. So it has all the guaranteed numbers on there, and it can kind of give you a rough idea, Rami, on when the next one will come. Because it tells you the exact numbers that are the fail-safe numbers, which means if you hit that number and you haven't gone one yet, you're guaranteed to get the next one. So there is a number that guarantees you your next fragment drop. And so, yeah, I would say check that video out if you haven't already. You got your 4th with just a free pull. Sometimes it just happens like that. So congrats on that 4th one, though. That's definitely huge. I mean, 4 fragments, definitely nothing to sneeze at. It's a lot of fragments. And sometimes Hero Wars is funny that way. You spend a lot of emeralds and then they give it to you for free. It is what it is. All right, so we are going to have our web winner here before we close up the stream. And I do want to get the reward ideally out sooner rather than later. But, hey, we'll see what happens here. And I wish everyone good luck. Let's go ahead and spin the picker wheel. Let's see who has some really good luck today. All right, so it is slowing down. Our winner is Jet. So Jet is our winner. Very, very good name. Very, a namesake to the hero Jet, I'm guessing. So we're going to message them and let them know that they've won. Congratulations to Jet. Let's see. Contest entry. Yes, Kicking Dutchman, you will be added for sure. Let's see. So Jet was our winner. Let's find him. There you go. Hi, Jet. You have been chosen by the Wheel of Fate. Please message me when you get a chance. All right, so congratulations to our two winners, Jet and Dale. Having some good luck today. I mean, it's gonna happen. Yes, Hero Wars Jet, absolutely. So congrats to the winners. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on the stream. We'll definitely be working more on our web account with some more unusual heroes. We'll be working on upgrading Ishmael and Jet, or no, not Jet, Ishmael and Judge, excuse me. And, look for me to put out some content here shortly on prepping for Winterfest and doing some more specifics like that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this live stream. I had a great time hanging out with you guys, and I hope you guys had a good time as well. With that being said, I hope you guys have been enjoying CyberCon. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving and had a great meal like I did. I was so full. It was amazing. And with that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys all in Dominion, and I'll be seeing you guys next week. All right. Thank you, everyone.